Woo. Everything working? Yay! The camera is not working! Huh, let's restart it quickly and then we start our yoga session today together. Woo! Let's go. Come on, please. Oh, my camera, my dear camera. I hope it works. How are you doing today? It just doesn't want to work, I guess. Yeah, well, this is the last time I'm using this camera. That's it. It just trolls me the whole time. Sometimes it just works, and then again it doesn't work at all. And I'm kind of like sitting there trying it out for 5 minutes until at one point it just starts working. Maybe it's the USB cable, but so maybe, yeah. So please, if you like to join in today, just forget about the camera right now, as it's just not working. Let's see if I can figure it out. If you'd like to join in and do some yoga today with me, you can come to sit down on your sitting bones, sit up tall, tall, tall. As it is Sunday today, we are doing an intention practice as every Sunday. First of all, we really want to root down through the feet, through the sitting bones, and from there sit up tall to the top of the head, getting long, long, long. Great. And first of all, my name is Marcel, and I'm not alone here, but I'm joined by Shawn. He's over here. I think the camera is lagging. Yeah, the camera is lagging hard. Wow. And Shawn is here for entertainment, energy, motivation, and support, and I'm here for the instructions and the support. So we both here are here for support. So if you have any questions, ideas, or suggestions, always hit us up, and we'll do our best to help you out, or just listen maybe. Sitting up tall from your sitting bones to the top of the head, breathing in deep into the belly, into the chest. You can close your eyes here if you want. You can also bring your right hand to your belly, your lower belly if you like, and left hand to your chest. And breathing in deep into the belly, into the chest. Great. Checking in with how your body feels today. Great. And from there, I'll invite you to find an intention for this yoga practice, this very yoga practice, just this yoga practice. So what is an intention, or in German it's called Absicht? And what is it? Could be something like, I want to connect more with my arms, or I want to be more aware of the pain in my knees. I want to listen more to a certain part of the body, or to your whole body. Just to have an intention for this yoga class, just during the yoga class, right? Or it could be maybe a question that is on your mind that you really want to connect with. Or or something that you want to do during the yoga class. So maybe I want to get stronger in my arms, to get stronger in my legs. I want to get a little bit more flexibility somewhere. Have an intention for this yoga class, and whatever comes to mind, know that it's the right thing, the right time, and honor that. Breathing in deep into the belly, into the chest. I give you some more time to find an intention right now. And as soon as you found one, stay with it a little. Great. And as soon as you found an intention, let it go again for the moment. Release your arms by your sides and breathe in deep. Lift your arms up. Palms are pointing forward right now. Lift your arms up. Get long from your sitting bones to the top of the fingers. And then breathing out, releasing your arms. You have the arms by your side. Hold your breath for a moment. And then breathe again. Lift your arms up. Palms are pointed forward. Lift them up over the head. And then breathing out, releasing. Great. And in. In. Breathing in deep into the belly, into the chest. And again, connecting with a little break, maybe on top, as I haven't done it. And breathing out, releasing, and a little break when you have the hands next to your body. Go last time up. Feeling really tall, connecting with your intention today. Get really, really long from your sitting bones out. And especially, you want to sit up on something if possible. Sit up on a sitting pillow or up on some books, always, always. And it feels uncomfortable to you, feel free to change your sitting position. Great. From there, bring your hands to your thighs and start to move your arms, your palms forward and backward, connecting your palms towards your thighs, feeling if there's coldness in your palms, if there's coldness in your thighs. How do your thighs feel right now? How do your palms feel right now? Maybe you can give some more pressure with your palms down on your thighs. And from there, move your shoulders forward and upward, backward and down, and again forward, upward, backward and down. Great. How does that feel to you right now as you're moving your shoulders forward, upward, backward and down? Good. And go one last time. Together with your intention, one more time. Do not push too far, but to really connect with your body. Good. Just sit up tall for this very moment, breathing in deep. Good. Let's start up today in cat-cow, so slowly come into all fours. Take your time getting there. Shawn, can you move out of the way a little bit? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Bring your shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees and start arcing slowly up from the lower spine up. Then rounding down from the top of the head down. And up again, arcing up. Up vertebra by vertebra, checking in with your lower back, upper back, and then your head as well. Vertebra by vertebra, pushing out of your shoulders maybe, then rounding down from the top of the head, vertebra by vertebra down. Take your time today, breathing out. Breathing in. Working with your breath here as well. No need to go really fast. And then rounding down. Great, and from here bend your elbows a little bit and move your head around, move your hips around. And you can just go wherever you want right now, but keeping your hands where they are, keeping your knees where they are. Just move yourself side to side, maybe like a snake would move forward. Maybe making an endless 8 with your hips by arcing and rounding your back. I like to do that. Or just going a little bit freestyle and check how it feels. For yourself, you can come into a upward facing dog or into a child's pose, so shifting yourself completely back, hips over heels, or completely forward. Great. And from there, sitting back, either tucked or untucked your toes, and interlace the fingers and go left and right. Warming your wrists up a little bit here, checking in how the wrists are feeling, and again connecting also to your intention, again and again, and leaving it again. Great. Please shake your wrists, shake your elbows, your shoulders. Great. And bring your hands forward. Push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. Claw your fingers. And shift your hips up into the sky. Great. Your shoulders a little bit up. And start walking in downward facing dog here. This is not a complete downward facing dog, but it's somewhere in between plank position and downward facing dog. And really feel with your hamstrings, with your knees, with your heels, how they are feeling. And try to draw your heels a little bit to the floor. Great job. Push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. Claw your fingers. Ooh, go up and down. Shift your hips a little bit left and right. Great. Maybe shift your hips really to the right, dropping your heels to the left. So hips to the left, dropping your heels to the right, and go a little bit left and right. No need to go into a full downward facing dog right now, but feel a little bit the stretch in your left side body. You can hold it there for a moment. Hold it on the right side. Feel a stretch through the left side body. Pushing your hips a little bit back and then changing around again. Heels to the right and pushing your hips a little bit to the back. Awesome. Then come back into the middle. Walk again a little and release your knees down. Knees to the sides of your mat, big toes together, and try to reach forward as far as you can. Arms a little bit to the side so your shoulders are not lying next to your ears directly. They're a little bit away from your ears. Breathing in deep, belly into the chest. And out. Great. And check in how that feels if you breathe in into the lower belly. Can you breathe into the lower belly, or is there maybe some pressure on your lower belly? Maybe you can loosen up your belt a little bit. And breathing out. Great job. One more deep breath. If there's some stretch in your body, try to breathe into that stretch. And with your intention coming up again. Woo, good. And let's see where we go today. Let's start up with some balancing, and then then let's check. We can find some stretches maybe today. Some stretching. So first of all, come back into all fours. Bring your right hand forward, left leg back. And let's really just focus on the lengthening today. So pushing the back leg into an imaginary wall and your front hand getting longer, longer, longer. Draw the belly in and up. Feel strong belly, and you can also look to your back leg if it's kind of straight with your body. And then bring your hand forward and your head is relaxed. It's not looking up or not looking to the hand or to the leg right now, but it's looking down to the floor. Breathing in deep, get really long, long, long. From your left leg to your right arm. Great job. And then release down. Change around directly. Right leg to the back. And left leg up. Get really long from your back leg to the top of the fingers. Push in. Push your back leg into an imaginary wall. Get long to the top of the fingers, drawing the belly in and up. Let's go 2 more breaths here. Really get long. Push your leg into an imaginary wall. Your shoulders kind of one level. Breathing in deep. And then releasing down. Great. If you're hearing my cat outside, don't worry. I don't know exactly what is going on because that just started yesterday. I was giving her food before the yoga lesson and then she kept meowing. But you know, if you're giving her something as she's meowing like that, if I would let her into the room, then it would just continue every day like that. So yeah, we don't want to reward that behavior, right? So just to have it explained, right? If you hear the cat meowing, it's quite loud. So shake your wrist, shake your fingers. Smile. Good. And from here today, bring your hands forward again, push into the mounts. Yeah, first of all, let's recap the mounts of the fingers again. So maybe there's some new people here. Mounts of the fingers is really important. So please find a moment to just sit, or maybe if you can tuck your toes in and sit like that, that's all right. What we want to do is we want to push into the mounts of the fingers here when we're upside down. There's a way to train this. And first of all, why? We want to protect our wrist. Protecting our wrist so we can do yoga for a very, 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 very long time until we're very old, which would be a good goal, right? So push into the mounts of the fingers. Bring the mounts of the fingers together, push into them, and then clawing your fingers, pushing in. So all the mounts of the fingers are connected right now, and we're pressing them against each other, and then releasing again. And I want to that way. Pushing in through the mounts of the fingers, releasing the fingers down, pushing in and releasing, and again pushing in, right, and releasing, and in, pushing in and releasing, right, pushing in and releasing. One last time. Feel all the mounts of the fingers connect, claw the fingers a little bit, pushing in and releasing. Shake your wrists, shake your fingers. How does that feel? And now, why did we do that again? We want to protect our wrist, right? And when we're upside down, like in downward facing dog, so bring your hands forward on your mat, push into the mounts of the fingers right now, as we just learned right now before. All the mounts of the fingers, but especially the index finger mount should be rooted down. Push in, shift your hips up into the sky. Great. And from there, we come a little bit more into downward facing dog. So our chest is still a little bit up. Our hips are up into the sky. And of course, if you know downward facing dog different, do it how you learned it. But if your heels are not touching the floor, bend your knees a little bit, push your hips up into the sky, and we want to find more space in your lower spine. So pushing the hips up into the sky, finding more space in the lower spine. If you know what I mean, you can turn the inner thighs inward and back just a little tiny bit to create an additional rounding in the lower spine. Great. Breathing in deep. And with your next breath, get longer from your heart to the fingers. So your whole arms are extending right now. Breathing in deep. Push into the mounts of the fingers. And with your next breath, you want to get longer from your heart to your hips. Breathing in deep. Great. And from there, release your knees down. One more time. Release the knees down, the big toes together, and reach forward. Child's pose. Breathing in deep. Taking it here a little bit slower today. Great. Connecting to your intention. Breathing deeply into the belly, into the chest. Great. Coming up again. Woo. Up again. Your hands forward, push into the mounts of the fingers, claw your fingers, hips up into the sky, and walk a little bit. Look between your wrists and start walking forward. Best when you're breathing out. And from here we're in a forward fold. You can really bend your knees right now. Release your body down. You can bend your knees as much as you want. Bring your hands on your hips, elbows pointing upward, and then slowly, slowly stand up with a straight back. Bring your hands up into the sky. Get long from your feet to the hands and bring your hands in front of the heart together. Woo. And check in with your body today. And release your arms, shake your wrists, shake your legs. Great. Let's come to the middle of the mat. And from there, hip width apart with your feet. Great. And we just start a little bit of jumping from the knees. Release your shoulders, release your neck. Great. How does that feel? And first of all, connect with what are you doing exactly right here now, right now? What kind of muscles are used? What kind of muscles are relaxed? So try to release your shoulders, try to release your neck a lot. Jump out of the knees. Great. And if you like, you can leave the floor with your heels. Jump a little bit more. Intensify. You can even leave the floor completely with your toes. And really try to reconnect with the toes and the heels. So first the toes connect again, then the heels, and then we use the knees like a spring. Release your shoulders, release your neck a lot. Great. And come to a complete stop. Woo, slowly, of course. And check in with how your body feels right now. And from there, let's do something different than usual. So normally we're doing kind of like going left and right and leaning a little bit to the side, finding a little bit more balance. But today, let's do something else. Shake your legs a little. Or even hugging the whole world, we're doing that. So let's do something different today. I don't know where, but let's go somewhere different. Let's come to the front of the mat. And we're stepping back with your right leg a little bit, just a little tiny bit. Doesn't need to be warrior one right now. So we bend your back leg a little bit And we hinge at the hips, stretching a little, stretching a little bit the hamstrings right here. Right now our front knee is a little bit bent, so just this little tiny bit, so it's not stretched through, right? And we hinge at the hips. This means we're not rounding the back here. And this is especially very good for the people that can't work on the hamstrings that great when you're sitting on the floor. So for me, example, I don't like to work too much on the kind of on my hamstrings when I sit on the floor, because it's just so super hard to do that. And like this, it's very super hard to do that because you need so much belly muscles you need to activate them so much, and you need to push yourself forward, and it's not really a stretch in the end, because it's more like activating the other muscles. And of course that's a good thing. However, it's very, very hard still to stretch do what we want to do there. So it's mainly like stretching the hamstrings. So this is very, very easy to do it. And it's way more effective in my opinion. Shake your legs, change around. So back leg to the back. Your front knee is a little bit bent, and hinge at the hips. See where you can go. Not rounding the back, breathing in deep into the belly, into the chest. Get long from your hips to the head. Great. And one more deep breath. And change around. Great. Hinge at the hips. Get really long from your hips to the head. One more change. Hinging at the hips. Great. Breathing in deep into the belly, into the chest. And releasing, coming up, shaking out your legs. Check in with your body a little bit. Yeah, long time we haven't done pigeon pose in a long time, so let's go there. But first of all, let's do some forward fold action here. So forward fold, bending your knees maybe as you come down, hinging at the hips, and then rounding your back as well, slowly down. And first of all, what you try or want to do is kind of like engage your knees a little bit, so straightening them, and bring your hips over the heels as good as you can. So maybe a lot of the weight will be over the toes right now as you're doing this. And when you're doing this is completely fine, but press into the toes a little bit down so you don't fall over, right? Trying to bring your hips over the heels. Release your head, release your neck down. Breathing in deep. You can either hold yourself on your elbows. Release your head and the neck a lot. And breathe in deep. See how that feels. Shift your hips over the heels as good as you can. So trying to make one line from the heels to the top of the to your bottom in one way. And this is really working on your hamstrings again. It's really great. Release your shoulders, your neck, your head. From there, bring your arms to the back. Interlace the fingers and draw away with the arms from your back. Release your shoulders, release your arms a lot. Breathing in deep. Should really feel good. Let gravity do the work here, so not pushing down additionally on your arms right now, but just let gravity do its work. Keeping your hips over the heels as good as you can. Release your neck, your head. And then slowly bring your arms back to your hips. Bend your knees and bring your arms down. And step back with the knees. And start walking again in downward facing dog. And check in with how it feels right now. Good. How do your legs feel right now? And from there come to a plank position. And shift yourself. Bring your feet together. Shift yourself to the left. First thing, make sure your shoulder is a little bit behind your wrist, and then bring your upper foot forward. Push your hips up into the sky, draw the belly in and up. Breathing deep. Great. And breathing out. And again, breathing in deep. This is variation 1, and out. Pushing your hips up. Variation 2, if you like to go there, you can just stay here for a moment. If you like to go deeper, you can stagger the feet. Hips up, important. Great job. And variation 3, lift your right leg up. Your hand can be extended overhead or kind of next to your ear. Ooh, I haven't done this for a while. Variation 4. Bring your foot in, draw the belly in and up, and extend your arm. Great. Relax your head a little bit. Woo. And then from there, slowly come down and change your side. Whoop. Change your side. Coming into a plank pose again, and shift to the other side. Push your hips up into the sky, smile a little bit, and again, variation 1, bring the foot forward, push your hips up, draw the belly in and up. Find a good pose, make sure your shoulders are behind your wrists. Good. And from there, breathing in deep. Stagger the feet if you like. This is optional, this is variation 2. You can already extend your arm here as well. Variation 3, foot up. If you look down, you want to be able to see barely the toes. Pushing into the mounts of the fingers is also important here. Variation 4, draw the foot in, push your hips up. Kind of a tree pose. Hips still up, draw the belly in and up. Extend your arm into the sky or next to your ear. Great. And then slowly release. If you fall to the back, just a remark, you could just go into a wild thing if you like then. If you're not knowing what I'm talking about, just don't worry about it. Just another pose that you could easily access there from this side plank. From here, release your knees down. Big toes together and connecting again to your intention and reaching forward to your sides a little bit. Release your head down, breathing in deep. Right. Think about hinging at your hips maybe a little bit more instead of rounding. And you can also work a lot in child's pose here, breathing in deep. Right. So pigeon pose will be a little bit. Shall we do it? Yeah, let's do it. Push into the mounts of the fingers a lot. Shift yourself up into a downward facing dog. Bring the right leg forward and turn the back leg 90 degrees. And step a little bit in. make sure this feels good to you. First, you want to warm up our hips a little bit, so bring your arms by your side. The front arm, think somebody's drawing you forward on your front. This is kind of like pulling you forward on your front arm. And what is happening is, you see my arms, right? The shoulder is kind of down, the shoulder is kind of up, and you want to have the same thing at the hips. One hip is kind of like a little bit down, the other a little bit up, so we can stay straight in our sides, on the left and the right side. That's exactly what we want, and then we reach down, and wherever we can reach, awesome. And of course, if you can go a little bit deeper without rounding, so keeping both sides long, then that's awesome. Focusing on your knee that's pointing forward, pushing into the back leg. Great. From there, yeah, now I'm rounding, right? Great. Try to really have both sides long, and you don't need to go far down, but work where you are, then release. And change the side directly here. Whoop, standing a little bit up, shaking a little bit around. And your front leg now is straight, right? Back leg is again 90 degrees. Bring your hands by your sides. And think somebody's drawing you forward, like on the arm. Right. Again. Great. And then what's happening is with you. What are my arms doing? That's strange. With your hips, one hip is going down, the other hip is coming up. And you try to have a long body on both our sides. Draw the belly in a little bit up. Great. And then release your arm down, the other arm up. Without rounding here, draw the belly in and up. Whew. This is push your hips to the back. It's so hard for me to do that pose. Should do it a little bit more. Trikonasana. Great, and release. Ooh. I really need to do it more. I think it's going to be a daily thing. Shake here, legs out. Come to forward fold down, bring your hands down, step back, breathing in deep. Bring your right leg up and bring the right knee to the right wrist, and your leg can lie either straight parallel to the front of the mat or kind of like sideways to a little bit to the back, but keep your foot somewhat engaged so it's not just having wrinkles everywhere, but it's somewhat engaged. Good. From there, you want to look back and make sure that your leg is somewhat straight going to the back and that your hips are kind of to the sides. So the hips are not in one line, but they are lying, one is to the left and one is a little bit to the right, and you want to have them into the middle of your body. This means also on one level. And they are kind of left and right. They're not in one line. From there, bring your hands forward. And you can slowly release your body forward. And make sure you stay in the middle with your hips. Stay in the middle with your hips. Keep the hips leveled on one level. And then as soon as you feel ready, you can reach even further down and completely release down. This shouldn't hurt you on your knees. If it's hurting you in your knees, please come up and listen to your body. And try another time, maybe listening to my instructions even more carefully than before. But I'm sure you're doing a great job. So breathing in deep into the belly, into the chest. Keeping your hips in the middle. And then slowly coming up again. It's super deep for me today. Come to your fingertips and then bring your shoulders a little bit to the back. Shoulders a little bit to the back. To find a back bend here, just in your lower back, a little back bend. Great. And from there, bring your hands down, a little forward and down. Tuck your toes in and lift your leg up, stepping back, pushing into the hands, right? Walk a little bit, check how your leg feels right now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And bring the other leg up and bring it forward. Knee to your left wrist right now. So if it's the left leg, knee to the left wrist. And again, your leg can lie a little bit sideways. The final pose would be like straight, so parallel to the front of the mat, but this is very, very intense, so I can't do that. Maybe you can do that. Check in with how far you can go. Next to that, you want to see that your other leg is going straight to the back, so kind of one line to the back. You can check looking back, and from there have the hips leveled, and then slowly coming down, maybe to your elbows. Check in with how that feels. Your foot is somewhat engaged, right? It's not just completely loose, but it's somewhat engaged. Having control. Hips are in the middle. Check in that they in the middle, and as soon as you have that, release yourself down, keeping your hips in the middle. Breathing in and out. Great. Take one more deep breath in, into the belly, into the chest, together with your attention today. And come back up to your fingers. Come to your fingertips. Bring your shoulders a little bit to the back and find a little bit of a back bend here again. Your head can just look straight up. It doesn't need to look back or into the air like that. Just straight up as an extension of your spine. Great. And from there, bring your hands forward. Push into the mounts of the fingers. Push into the palms and tuck your toe in. Push yourself back. Great. Breathing in deep. And walk a little bit. And start to walk forward. And from there, bend your knees and roll back on your back. Whoop. Great. Extend your legs. And from here, wow, we're already over time. That was a little bit long, I guess. I didn't expect that. But still, let's do a finishing pose. So some windshield wipers. Bring your arms next to your body into a cactus pose. Bring your knees up and let the knees fall to the right and then to the left. Right. To the right and to the left. To the right, to the left. Right and to the left. Extend your feet, toes are facing away from each other. Breathing in deep. Bring your arms by your sides. And the palms are pointing up towards the sky. So again, legs are long, toes are facing away from each other, arms lying by your sides, and important, palms are facing towards the sky. Just be in Shavasana. Just be. And now we'll get you back to your body in some minutes. I will get you back out of it in some minutes. Deepening your breath. Start to move your fingers. Start to move your toes. When you're ready, come back to your body and draw your knees in towards your belly. Shift yourself to either the left or the right side. Coming to lie down on the side body. On your side body, release all the tension. Make it comfortable for yourself. Check in with your shoulders, check in with your neck, with your tongue, softening the face, the skin of the face, the face of the skin of the face, yeah. Releasing the arms, the wrists, the fingers, the elbows, the chest, the belly, the hips, the whole spine. The legs, the knees, the ankles, the heels, the toes. And breathing in deeply, together with your intention. Being grateful for your intention and the energy or the force that it gave you throughout this yoga lesson. And release. Breathing in deeply and sitting yourself up through the side. Come in a final sitting position. And as soon as you're there, bring your hands in front of the heart together. Thank you so much for practicing together with me today. Now releasing completely your intention and knowing that if you need some extra energy, it will come back to you. This intention will come back to you. Release your arms, opening your eyes, and welcome back. My name is Marcel. I'm here every day on Twitch from 7 to 7:45. If you like to join in from time to time, please feel free to do so. If you have any ideas, questions, or suggestions, please don't hesitate to contact me, either here live on Twitch or via Discord. You can join my Discord channel and reach out to me. Next to that, I also have a YouTube channel. Check me out there if you don't get enough of me. And you can subscribe and hit the bell there. I really appreciate all these actions, and I also appreciate if you could give me a follow here on Twitch. Thank you so much for that. With that said, I wish you a wonderful day, and let's go and rate somebody, shall we? Let's go and rate somebody. So let's check quickly who's online here. Let's quickly, who's online today? Who's online? Ah, what has got his place? Paulie is online, he's playing Legion TD, that will be an option. Otis is online. I think we're going over to Otis. Yeah, you guys have a wonderful day. So Otis is a great streamer who's also into sewing a lot. So check her out. And if you need some chill time, or if you need a chilled out time, she's the right one for you. And yeah, with that said, send Otis some love, and see you very soon. See you very soon. Yeah, let's go. I hope it felt great for you, and it sure did for me. So, bye-bye. See you very soon. Let's go over to her.
Hello. You saw his results. What the fuck?